So it's the next day after the last video, and I've got to figure out how to make this intake manifold work. I need to get clearance here, so I need to figure that out now. And I also really need to clean this because it doesn't look good. The other thing I thought about doing is using the valve covers that came with that other motor, the Edelbrock ones. I don't know, for some reason I don't like Edelbrock. I don't know why. Like, these valve covers don't say anything, and I like that. But let's see if those other valve covers work with this intake, because that would be the proper solution. So let's get after it. These ARP studs were $80. So I'd have to remove these if that works. Unless these would work on the... Oh boy. Let's put this stuff somewhere else. You know, the worst part about every day when you're older is you just have less hair. It's not coming back. And I also don't like wearing hats. Which you can order a hat off Dive Bomber Garage now. Which, if you haven't checked out their YouTube channel, it's a car club I'm part of. I'm in there a little bit. Boy, this takes forever. What if we were at the racetrack and needed to get this off quick? I think I'd use an impact gun. Criminy. All right. 5/16 star. Is this gonna work? Yeah. Nope. Shoot. But look at all that clearance. Dang it. These are going to work. I guess they'll look okay. I just really like these valve covers. Missing two of these. So frustrating. going to have the same issue. Nope. Well, that's good and bad. I don't like these valve covers, but they're going to work, so we're going to use them. I guess that's good, because I really don't want to shave material off to make those other ones work. But I do have to find 2 of these, which shouldn't be too difficult. So let's pull these studs, I guess. Oh, I don't want to replace the gasket too. One thing I learned this year is glue RTV, your valve cover gaskets, to your valve cover. Then you can just pull it off. It's still on there. And you just keep on rocking in a free world. Might need to adjust these valves. Good time to do it when the intake manifold's off. Every time I've done it, I've got them too tight. Bought this at a garage sale years ago. A little mini pipe wrench. I use it quite a bit. See, it just worked. All right, sir. Got my chisel. Would you look at that? This almost looks reusable, but we're not gonna. So I could have ordered just the intake manifold gasket for like 28 bucks from Summit. Instead, I bought the entire motor kit with the Velcro pan gasket and, well, the whole motor gasket. That just seems like a way better deal to have that stuff on hand. So that's what I did. Well, we got this prepped for the new intake manifold gasket. This is going to kind of wrap up my morning. I've got to go to work. So we'll get back at it when I get done. No. And oil. It's not only a Wix filter, but it's the Wix Racing, because we're going to be racing. If I was street driving, I would probably just get the regular one. This is a complete big block Chevy gasket kit. extra low car shifter linkage deal. I've got to get this intake manifold ready to go on the truck. So I figured, why not do it outside where it's still sunny? So I've got to clean this intake manifold up before I install it because it looks horrible. I'm going to use this product called aluminum brightener. You're supposed to use it on alloy wheels. I've never done it on an intake manifold, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. You let it soak for a few minutes and then you just rinse it off. I don't know what it's going to do, so let's find out. Look at the difference. Cool. All right. Well, there we have it. I'm going to let this dry and I'm going to put a coat of clear coat on it because I think it'll look better and it won't look like it did before we did this. So again, that was aluminum brightener. Supposed to use it on your wheels. I think you can get a different product at O'Reilly's that is a wheel cleaner, but it worked really good. This is a heat lamp. I use it in the winter when I'm painting stuff. Now I better make sure I got clear coat. I'm sure there was some around here somewhere. So I've got some satin clear from Rust-Oleum. It's the painter's touch ×2 ultra cover. I used to think the only thing you should use for your engine is engine enamel because of the temperature. I don't believe it anymore, and I've been using regular paint on my engine and it's been working out perfectly fine. I'm not saying that this is going to work, but I'm pretty sure that it will. On Gold Rush, when we painted the engine, I used caliper paint, which is rated at a higher temperature, but then we put a clear coat over it. It was just a regular clear coat you would paint over a car, and it's lasted way better than a lot of engine enamels that I've used. So use some different colors. Don't believe what everything says. Let that dry and come back to it. I'd probably coated it enough. All I'm trying to do is not let the oil and the dirt set on the aluminum, because then it just makes it look super dirty. It won't stick to the aluminum anymore with the clear on there. So the manifold's dry from the clear coat. I'm happy with it. I've got my gaskets. You take these and you throw them in the garbage. We're not going to use them. We're just going to use the intake manifold gasket. I'll move you over there and we'll get going. We're just going to start making a mess. So everybody's got their own way of doing this, and that's the way I do it. I don't use a torque wrench. I just apply even pressure all the way around. I goop up the manifold gasket on both sides. I go a little bit thicker in the water ports and build up the China wall. That's what they refer to it as. And since I started doing it that way, I haven't had any problems. I did one time think I'll just use the rubber gasket, it comes with it, and it failed almost immediately. It didn't even last a week. Well, that's going to wrap up today's video. This video is just going to focus on the manifold. We bent the bar for the roll cage, and it's in the truck. I'll just show you that in a separate video. So this will all be separate. The intake manifold turned out really good. It has a nice, like, semi-gloss finish, and it'll be easy to wipe off grease and any grime or whatever that gets on there. I'm still not wild about these Edelbrock valve covers, but they'll grow on me. I really appreciate you guys watching. Love feedback, and we'll keep moving right along. Thank you.